Good afternoon, and thank you for joining us today for the 38th Annual Central Ohio Senior Citizens Hall of Fame. I'm Cindy Farson. I'm the director of the Central Ohio Area Agency on Aging, and it's Older Americans Month, and this is how we like to celebrate. Our organization provides information, caregiver assistance, service grants, education, and case management for older adults and families throughout the district. We work with over 5,000 people to put together care packages and service plans so that they can stay home safely with their family and friends for as long as possible. And we work with and fund some very important local organizations to provide critical services like home meals and transportation and personal care. But the point of our mission is, are you saying you can't hear? They told me to talk right into the microphone, and I'm not doing it apparently. The point of our mission is simply to work with our communities to have systems in place so that folks can live quality lives in them for as long as possible. And today we have some folks that have really led some quality lives, and we're so happy to introduce them to you. Unleash the Power of Aging is this year's National Older Americans Act theme. And I believe that we have some power and experience that has already been unleashed in the people that we're going to present to you today. And we want to thank them for their work and all that they do to inspire us and other people. It's a pleasure each year to meet and learn about the new inductees. And what we really enjoy is after the ceremony, we see them in newspaper clippings. We see them around in our communities, still with all the passion that they have for the projects and the interest that they display in this ceremony. And that's because they are so committed to things like food pantries and libraries and museums, all the things that make our communities great. I ran into Mr. and Mrs. Higginbotham at the Licking County Hall of Fame breakfast, which they have every year. That was about a week ago. And the Higginbothams were both World War II veterans, and they're both now in their 90s. And she was telling me that before the breakfast, she had already taught her swim exercise class, and he had already donated blood. So they were inducted in 2004, so you can see this many years later, they're still at it in their community, and that is what's so inspiring. So here we have with us the 2013 inductees. We're so thrilled, and I'd also like to acknowledge the inductees from past ceremonies. If they would stand up, that would be wonderful. Where are all of our past inductees? And now I'd like to introduce Alan McKnight, Director of Columbus Recreation and Parks. It was our lucky day when he was appointed to this post after a very long career with the department. He's been a tremendous support to COAAA, and he's a great advocate for preventative health through all the recreation programming at the Recreation Department. So welcome, Alan.
Thank you, Cindy. Well, good afternoon. Welcome to the Martin Janis Center. I hope many of you have been here before. If not, take some time to look around while you're here. This center, along with 27 other centers throughout the city, we provide programming for citizens of all ages, from youth to seniors. This is one of our facilities that specializes in senior programming, and it's a great facility. We've got programming here, and if you haven't been here, you need to come over and check out some of that programming. They do everything from lapidary, woodworking, music, dance. Got a great model railroad club here. All sorts of active kinds of programs going on. So if you have time, I'd invite you to come back some other time and participate in some of the many activities here. And I want to thank Doreen Gaucher. I don't know if she's in the room, but Doreen's the manager of this facility. She does a great job of running the program. Also, I do want to recognize Cindy Farson and all the staff of COAAA. They work day in and day out to provide services to our community throughout Central Ohio, specifically for seniors, and they've done a fantastic job. As you said, this is the 38th year for this event alone. It's a great program, and we're just so happy to be part of that organization and be able to provide this facility to be able to handle this event here today. The mission of the Columbus Recreation and Parks Department is to enrich the lives of our citizens. We are able to do that because of the many volunteers that work with us throughout the year. Last year alone, we estimated that we had almost 125,000 volunteer hours contributed to our department. That equated to almost $2.5 million worth of services. That's a tremendous benefit to the citizens of Columbus and Central Ohio. And today, we're going to recognize some of those folks who have volunteered in their community, because without your volunteer work and the things that you do day in and day out, things that you don't have to do, things you do because you believe in the cause, believe in the mission, believe in what you're doing, really makes a difference in the lives of the residents of Columbus and Central Ohio. Working with you, we are able to enrich the lives of our citizens. So I want to thank you for all that you do. It's great to be here today to recognize you. We appreciate all the work that you do, and look forward to seeing you back here in future events and recognizing seniors and others as we move forward in the future. So thank you very much. Thanks, Cindy. Thanks, COAAA, and all the work that goes into putting this event together and the programs, and appreciate all of you being here. Thank you.
And now will our representatives from the Raymond B. Austin Post 115 of the American Legion come and join us on the stage? I'm thinking it's you. And Charlene Browning, also Director of Senior Citizens Incorporated of Delaware. Is Charlene here? There she is. It's time to present our 11th Annual Outstanding Service to Seniors Award. While they're coming up here, let me tell you that this award was created to spotlight an organization that makes the effort to make Central Ohio a better place for older adults. And there are a lot of organizations that do that. And we select one each year representative of those organizations. And we have a really wonderful organization this year that's been such a great help in Delaware County. We are saluting the Raymond B. Austin Post 115 of the American Legion in Delaware, Ohio this year for their assistance and funding of the Veterans Memorial Garden at Delaware Center for Older Adults. Many of the center participants, I understand, had expressed their concern that the flagpole wasn't in a very prominent place where visitors could see it, and they wanted to be proud of that. So that wish was taken up by the American Legion Post, and they not only took up that wish, but they greatly expanded it. They enlarged the project from moving the flagpole to creating a memorial garden with engraved bricks commemorating local veterans, a stone memorial, plantings and benches for meditation. They had a way to sell brick pavers as an ongoing project and memorialize veterans, and that has raised $18,000 for the center. And they've been able to change a storage area now into an activity space. And Charlene is here to represent all the 3,000 members of the center who are so very grateful. And with us today, we have past Commander John R. Smith, World War II veteran, and World War II veteran past Commander Bill Sheehy. Are you nodding as I'm talking? And Post Commander Larry Dawson. And they are all with us today. And let me give you this outstanding award. Who's accepting this?
I think John and I probably will.
All right. Congratulations.
With John, you and I. We actually didn't know who would accept this. John thought he would, and I thought I would. So, whatever.
We're both World War II veterans and past commanders of our post.
Yes. I'll start. You know, we're very proud of our post in Delaware, our American Legion Post 115. They've accomplished so much since their founding in 1920, which was just a few time after the World War I. But we are so, am I okay?
I want to make sure that's on and speak
Oh, okay.
real close to it.
But we are most proud of the fact that we were able to provide this memorial garden at the Senior Center in Delaware. to us, this was I guess it was something John and I we came up with a spur of the moment, as we are doing right now. Neither one we were prepared to talk. But anyhow, we're so proud and we're extremely excited that we were able to provide this memorial garden. The monument and the garden is a tribute to all veterans of all wars. And we're just so proud of that. And I also want to add publicly that this would not be possible without the support that we receive from the Delaware Council for Elder Adults and for the Senior Center. They provided the perfect location for us, and they provided the continued support throughout and continued maintenance, and we thank them so much for that. It wouldn't be possible without them. John, would you?
I think you've done an outstanding job. You did take the words out of my mouth.
I took the words out of my mouth. John and I have been friends for many, many years. We've been members of the Legion for over 50 years. And we've both been past commanders, but we're so proud for our post. This is a real special thing for Delaware American Legion Post 115, and we thank you very much, all of you.
Well, you couldn't have picked a better organization to help. The Delaware Council for Older Adults and the Senior Center is just a fabulous organization, so I know how grateful they are. Okay, so now we are happy to have Colleen Marshall take over the show, as I'm sure you will be. As always, she is running from engagement to engagement because she's so generous with her time. What a pleasure to introduce her as our Master of Ceremonies today. Colleen Marshall is well known as an Emmy-winning journalist and co-anchor at NBC4. She's also a practicing attorney at Porter, Wright, Morris, and Arthur. You can imagine how thrilled we are to have her here at the Hall of Fame today. She's an advocate for many issues, but I'm always touched by her personal advocacy for folks with Alzheimer's and their caregivers. And I'm a fan of her newscast, too, and especially her show at 10 on Sunday mornings. She hosts The Spectrum, a political news and interview show, and she's there each week bringing up the current state and national issues being talked about. So please help me welcome Colleen Marshall.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is one of my favorite events every year because we really get to see the people who shaped Central Ohio and who made it such a great place to live, and we get to honor them a little bit. And a special congratulations to the Legion. What a great job you guys did. We're going to be honoring 11 older adults this afternoon. They're going to be inducted into the 38th Central Ohio Senior Citizens Hall of Fame, and the inductees represent 8 Central Ohio counties: Delaware, Fairfield, Fayette, Franklin, Licking, Madison, Pickaway, and Union counties. Now comes the fun part, because we get to call our inductees to the stage, and I'm going to ask each of the county commissioners to escort the inductee to the stage, because I know the county commissioners will be making comments today about our honorees. And as they approach the stage, I'll tell you a little bit about them. I know you've been able to read some of their biographies, but I'll share a few words about each of our inductees. And first up is Danny Fouts of Pickaway County, escorted by County Commissioner Brian Stewart. Danny was nominated by 2004 Hall of Fame inductees Richard and Lynn Fisher. Since the late 1960s, he's been a Boy Scouts of America Merit Badge Counselor for personal fitness and personal management, assisting hundreds of young men in pursuit of the Eagle Scout rank, the highest achievement in scouting. The Simon Kenton Council of the Boy Scouts of America chose Danny as the first recipient of its Good Scout Award in 2010 for a lifetime of service to the citizens of Circleville and Pickaway County, creating a better community and a lasting legacy. Congratulations, Danny Fouts.
The only time I'll ever have to raise the microphone in
It's a great honor and a privilege to be here today to help recognize one of Pickaway County's very finest citizens, my friend Danny Fouts. This week, our Board of Commissioners passed a resolution honoring Danny, and usually in these types of situations, one page is enough. But when you try to encapsulate what Danny has meant to our county, I found myself wondering if we're going to have to start stapling pages along the bottom. My wife and I didn't grow up in Pickaway County, but we decided to start our family there, in large part because of the environment that people like Danny Fouts have created. The program does a really good job at highlighting some of the many things that Danny has done, so I'll be brief and won't talk about all of them. But he's been a board member of our Pickaway County Community Foundation, the Pickaway County Competitiveness Network, and Danny has really taken it upon himself to work to bring innovative ideas to the county in how to improve economic development. And you look at that resume, and I think it was truly worthy of an induction into this Hall of Fame. When I decided to run for commissioner last year, I was a little younger than Danny, and so I did my homework, and I talked to people like Danny and tried to do what I could to prepare myself. And one of the great encouragements I received was from Danny and his wonderful wife, Esther, two people that I had respected and knew very much of even before I knew them personally. And one of the things Danny said to us is, we've been looking into your background, and we need young leaders like you in Pickaway County. And every time he's seen me since, he said, we're glad to have you in there. And hearing that from Danny Fouts is not like hearing it from everybody else. With all that he's accomplished, it means very much more, and I'm appreciative of it. Danny has made the betterment of Pickaway County a large part of his life's work. He has encouraged and influenced the next generation of leaders, and he's helped ensure that in Pickaway County we have what is sometimes too often lost in some small towns, and pride, optimism, high goals to pursue. I'm proud to know Danny, and the whole county is forever grateful for the work he's done. It's my pleasure to introduce Danny Fouts.
Thank you, Brian. That's more than I deserve, I'm sure. I want to thank the COAAA for recognizing the important role that volunteers play in making our communities a better place to live and work. And honestly, I stand here representing hundreds of volunteers in Pickaway County who really should be here today. I want to congratulate all of the nominees and certainly all of the inductees for what you do to make your counties a better place to live. I want to thank Dick and difficult to say Lynn's name when she's not here. But Dick and Lynn Fisher nominated me. Unfortunately, we lost Lynn about a week after the nomination was done. And certainly the people who gave letters of support, Shirley Bowser, Dr. Mark Smith, Jim Edmond, and Drexel Poling. I wouldn't be here today without the loving support of almost 47 years of my wife, Esther. And I want to thank her and congratulate her for all that she means to me. I have many family and friends here, so thank you so much for being a part of this. When I think of volunteering, I'm reminded that God has blessed each of us with special gifts. And I think it is our responsibility and even our duty as early as possible for us to recognize those gifts and to spend a lifetime actually developing those gifts and making them into the possible work that we can do with all of our communities. We all have a choice in life, and that is to live our lives in one way or another. We can sit by the wayside and watch life happen, or we can roll up our sleeves and jump into those areas that we see that we're really passionate about, and we can make a very positive difference. And that's what I think volunteering is all about, and that's what makes it so special, and it makes life enjoyable. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much, Ron. And now we are going to move on to one of the Franklin County, actually the representative, the inductee that Ron just mentioned. Up next is Mary Long of Franklin County, and she is escorted by County Commissioner Paula Brooks, and apparently she has a fan club over there. Mary was nominated by Lutheran Social Services of Central Ohio. As an officer of Lutheran Social Services Auxiliary, she has tirelessly advocated for many years for a larger and improved space for the Faith Mission Homeless Shelter's downtown community kitchen. It is the only program in Central Ohio offering 3 meals a day, 365 days a year to anyone who is hungry. The busy but cramped kitchen has been serving up to 750 meals a day. And now that huge new kitchen is becoming a reality, so Mary says she can cross that off her bucket list. Congratulations to Mary Long.
I would like to pay tribute to Terry Rowe and Lutheran Social Services of Central Ohio for sponsoring me for this honor. I would like to say something about the place I live, Kensington Place, which is a wonderful place to live, and I know there are a group from Kensington here today. I would like to mention my church, Hope Lutheran Church on Livingston Avenue in Lilly. That has been my home church for 37 years now, and I'm quite sure there are quite a number of people here from Hope Church. And I'd like to mention the Women's Association of the Columbus Symphony, of which I have been a part for many, many years. I don't know if anybody's here from that Women's Association, but I love music. It is my heart and my joy. And I pay tribute to them too today because it's part of my life. Let's see, I didn't really prepare much for this, but I'd like to mention that I have 3 representatives of my family, actually 4, 3 from out of town. The furthest was my daughter-in-law, came from San Francisco. My daughter came from Washington, D.C. My granddaughter came today from New York City, and I have a nephew here who lives here, and he's a wonderful architect. And some of you, I'm sure, will know his name, but I probably shouldn't advertise him.
I'll do that.
His name is John Schilling. So there, John. I don't know if you're here or not, but anyway, I appreciate the support of my family. And I have a sister living yet, who's 99 years old, and I know she would love to have been here too. So I appreciate this honor very, very much, and I thank you all for coming. Thank you.
The commissioners, of course, prepared a special resolution for Mary, and I just learned today about her relationship with John Schilling. She said, well, my nephew built the county courthouse. And of course, we really like John, so I'll advertise for him. He did a good job. But thank you. Mary is 97 years young. Isn't that amazing? Thank you. She asked me to add in half. I hope we all can take her lead and give back the way she has. God bless you, Mary.
Thank you.
I'll walk you back down. This is the congressional recognition from Congresswoman Beatty.
Beatty.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'll walk you back down.
Recognition from Congresswoman Beatty as well. I have a note I've been asked to read. Again, not in my program, but I'll read it. Could the owner of a red Toyota Prius parked under a tree please check in with the front desk? I don't know what the parked under a tree part has to do with anything, but there you go. Thank you very much, and congratulations to Mary for all that she's done for the poor, really, in Central Ohio. Up next, Dr. Young Chen Liu of Franklin County, escorted once again by County Commissioner Paula Brooks. Dr. Liu was nominated by Dr. Cow. He may be Did I pronounce those names right? He may be best well known for founding the hugely successful Columbus Asian Festival back in 1995, and it is a fabulous festival as a showcase of Asian cultures. The free event is open to the public, and it offers activities, demonstrations, educational exhibits, visual and performing arts, health screenings, and, of course, some great Asian food. It is the largest Asian festival, are you ready? The largest in the United States, with 15 ethnic groups participating. In 2008, the two-day event drew more than 150,000 attendees. The festival has now expanded to 3 days with the addition of the Dragon Boat Race on Memorial Day. Dr. Liu continues to raise the funds to make the free festival possible for everyone here in Central Ohio, so congratulations.
Thank you so much for all the friends here. But first of all, I would like to thank CEO AAA, Cindy Farson. We know each other for also many years since the start of the Asian Festival. I also want to thank my nominee and the nominator and who nominated me for this award. And we know each other. Dr. Kao, could you please stand up? And we know each other more than 60 years.
Oh,
we know each other. The friendship is just amazing. What I would like to really say a few words here is that I do appreciate this opportunity to stand here to say a few words. In fact, that I'm honored and proud to represent a group of people. They are all volunteers. It's not, although I will be inducted, however, the whole group of volunteers and I'm representing, and they should be deserving some kind of award as well. First of all, that I'm running a meal program and supported by Life Care Alliance, and which is also 7 days a week. And I'm also running, with the help of the OSU Medical Center, I'm running a free Asian clinic, which is a language barrier clinic. And then, of course, the Asian Festival, and then the statewide that we are having the Ohio Asian American Health Coalition. Now we are launching a major project, which is not only help the Asian community, but also the African-born community as well. And then finally, I'm also the chair of the Ohio Asian American Pacific Islander Advisory Council and the Governor Kasich. And this, why I mention this is that these are all volunteer organizations. None of us is getting paid by a penny. And this is why I treasure my friends, my co-workers, the volunteers so much, because they are the ones that to make this community a better one. And finally, I would like to thank my wife, Catherine, that she's also very supportive and to everything I'm doing. And but I need really is have someone to succeed me, and also more time, for example, 25 hours a day, that would be better. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it.
Up next, we have Dorothy Peterson of Fairfield County, escorted by County Commissioner Steve Davis. Dorothy was yes, please give her a round of applause. Dorothy was nominated by PCMA Food Pantry of Pickerington, where she has been a devoted volunteer since 1999. Many clients find it difficult to accept help from a food pantry, but her smiles and warm words put everyone at ease. When her family wants to visit, they have to catch up with Dorothy first. They may have to attend a Violet Township Women's League meeting, meet her at the Friends of the Library book sale, or show up to help her stock shelves at her beloved PCMA Pickerington Food Pantry. If she's at home, they visit over a cup of tea while Dorothy knits baby clothes for touching little lives or scarves for all Special Olympic athletes. Congratulations to Dorothy Peterson.
On behalf of the Fairfield County Commissioners, we've obviously recognized a day and have a certificate of award for Dorothy. It's an honor on behalf of all the commissioners this day and frankly every other day that we are fortunate enough to be here to continue to honor what Tom Brokaw and others have called the greatest generation. And to see so many of that generation continuing in so many ways every day to serve their community is very inspiring. As I look through Dorothy's very lengthy resume of service, I'm embarrassed for my own, and I'm pleased to turn the microphone over to this deserving lady, Dorothy.
First of all, I'd like to thank Diana Casus and the PCMA Food Pantry for nominating me and for the many people who supported that nomination. Also for all of my friends and family for being here for me today. I moved here to Pickerington from Michigan about 15 years ago. And I was so impressed with the community spirit that I found that I wanted to become a part of that. And I hope that in some small way I've been able to give back to a community that welcomed me so much.
Thank you, Dorothy and Commissioner. Up next, and I hope I pronounced the last name right. If I don't, you have to correct me. John Reisman. Is that right? Yay. John Reisman of Franklin County, escorted once again by County Commissioner Paula Brooks. John was nominated by Employment for Seniors. He is much more than a 19-year volunteer job counselor. He is also a mentor and guide to keep Employment for Seniors on a path that will lead to successful placement of clients into jobs. He believes in justice and equality for every person. As an honorary board member for 10 years, John is a liaison representing the other volunteer team members and a sounding board ready to provide feedback and to question changes so these are made for the good of clients. He understands the difficulties experienced by volunteers, particularly with the rise in unemployment and decrease in solid employment opportunities. So congratulations to John Reisman.
On April 30th, 1994, after 37 years, I retired from Lazarus, not Macy's, Lazarus. And on May 1st, one day later, Connie Freundlich, who has received this award in the past, called me and asked me if I would like to volunteer for Employment for Seniors. We're a job referral agency for people over the age of 50. And here I am 19 years later. It has been an extremely rewarding experience. We probably have placed more seniors in the workplace than any agency in Franklin County. It's fun work and it's very rewarding. I'd like to thank Dr. Carol Van Treska, our executive director, who supposedly is part-time but works probably 70 hours a week, and all those other people that have helped me along the way. I'd like to thank my wife Jane, who's here. We've been married 55 years, and our son John and our daughter Joanne have come in from out of town, and it was wonderful to have them here too. So thank you very, very much.
John just leaned over and told me that he celebrated his 80th birthday recently, and he did that by swimming how many laps?
Oh, it's a half a mile. It's 62 lengths
A
of the
half
pool.
a mile, 62 lengths of the pool. He also has placed or been responsible for the direct placement of over 300 mature adults. Let's give him a round of applause for that. And I'm privileged to present this recognition from Congresswoman Beatty, first of all. And also, we certainly wanted to give you a special resolution today, John. We appreciate everything that you do, and the agency that you work for has a very special relationship with the county commissioners. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Are you starting to feel like maybe you aren't doing what you should be doing with your life when you hear all these accomplishments these people have? Thank you, John. Up next, we have Wayne Roberts of Madison County, escorted today by County Commissioner David Dumais. Wayne was nominated by the Friends of Madison County Parks and Trails. Since the formation of the Friends in Wayne's living room, he has dedicated himself to improving the community through a growing park system. The Friends were established to create a bicycle path across the county using abandoned railroad beds to link to the Ohio to Erie Trail that would ultimately connect Cincinnati and Cleveland. Wayne had infinite patience in negotiating all the obstacles. Less than a mile of trail land could not be purchased because the owner was unwilling to give up the fishing cabin he built on top of a railroad bridge. With his unique ability, Wayne persuaded the owner to sell and thus avoided a major setback for the entire statewide project. So congratulations to Wayne Roberts.
Good afternoon, everyone. We'd like to congratulate all of the inductees today. I know your community truly is blessed by having you there. Wayne's a very special person, and I can't say enough good things about him. But I'll start off to say, anyone knows anything about a county commissioner's responsibility, they're varying, and some of them are unpleasant. Others are quite pleasant. One of the good parts about being a county commissioner is you get to work in your community, and you get to try to build a positive community. And Wayne is the absolute shining example of a community builder. You just heard Colleen speak about his efforts. I can verify that. And Wayne's dedicated. He's kind. He's caring. He's extremely responsible. And when Wayne says he'll do something, it gets done. And that does build a very, very positive community. Wayne, just one other thing, too. On Sunday mornings, when I see he and his wife, Karen, at St. Patrick's Church coming in, they always smile, give you a handshake, welcome you, and it makes you feel very good about yourself. So Wayne, on behalf of the Madison County Commissioners, we have a little plaque of appreciation. We hope that your star shines bright for a long time. So thank you.
Colleen and County Commissioner Doom, I appreciate your kind remarks. I just would like to thank all the leadership of the Friends of Madison County Parks and Trails for putting together my application and for all the people that have wrote their many letters of recommendation. I appreciate that very much. I'd like to thank my wife Karen for allowing me to be here today in the sense that in the sense that I've been paid in full 100 times over the years, long before this day, but it's your family that are closest to you sometimes are those that have paid the highest price. So I do thank you for that. And finally, I understand I'm here today only because of the work that so many others have done for it. And you've heard this over and over today already. This award isn't just for what we have done, it's for all those that have worked with us to get this work done. We have fine intentions of doing things, but it's all in the execution that makes a difference to the community and which is lasting. And for all of you, I am a representative for you today to accept this honor in your name. Thank you very much.
Congratulations, Mr. Roberts. Up next, we have Frederick and Arthena Smith of Union County, escorted by County Commissioner Steve Stolte. Fred and Art were nominated by longtime Hall of Fame ambassadors George Freeman, Avenel Oberlin, and Mary Scheiderer. This dynamic couple has been featured on a billboard in Marysville to promote senior fitness. Well known for their line dancing programs, they are considered local celebrities and have also been in the spotlight in magazine and newspaper articles. When a Citizens of the Week survey asked, "How would you like to be remembered?" Art answered with, "A helping hand when needed and full of energy." So congratulations to the Smiths.
Thank you, Colleen. It's a real pleasure for me to be here today representing all three Union County Commissioners. There are some wonderful people in Central Ohio, and there's a lot of those wonderful people in Union County. And I'm very, very pleased to be here today to be able to congratulate Fred and Art for their induction into the Central Ohio Hall of Fame today. I remember working with Fred. Fred used to be a York Township trustee in Union County, and so I had the pleasure of working with him some years ago, and I enjoyed that. I never knew Art until I think we met yesterday, maybe for the first time. But you notice Art's hat, okay? She has, I think, maybe 30 hats that she has made. She has a hat to go with, I think, every outfit. So her hats always coordinate with what she wears. So it's a pleasure for me to be able to congratulate both of you. We have a resolution here that was passed yesterday by the county commissioners declaring today to be the Frederick and Arthena Smith Day in Union County. So congratulations, Art.
Can you hear me? Fred and I would like to thank Avenel Oberlin, Mary Scheider, and George Freeman for nominating us, Dick Douglas for his very nice letter of recommendation, our relatives and friends that dance, and the ones who don't dance that came here to support us today. And we would like to also thank God for this very special day. That was short and sweet.
Well, I like when a man lets the woman do all the talking. That always works well at my house, too. Even though I'm the only one who considers that it works well. Congratulations to both of you. We should make you dance. We should have made you dance off the stage. Up next, we have Glennie Smith of Licking County, escorted by County Commissioner Dwayne Flowers. Glennie was nominated by the Arlington Care Center, where he is considered a hero in more ways than one. Not only is he a World War II veteran with a Purple Heart for bravery and other medals, he is also a friend to everyone. At 89 years old, he still makes the rounds checking on his neighbors at Arlington Care Center, even when he doesn't really feel his best. He's sensitive to those who have few visitors and need a friendly chat, or those who are reluctant to try new activities without his moral support. Some are too sick to leave their rooms, so Glennie visits daily to keep them company, or he brings them a book or a treat. Congratulations to Glennie Smith.
I was told that Glennie was a man of few words. I think he fears all you worse than he feared the Germans. Trying to get him in here was wearing me out. So we're here. Are you happy? You guys, if you see him leaving, go after him, okay? Anyhow, I am honored to be here with all of you, all the nominees and all the winners of this Hall of Fame award. Glennie represents what makes this nation, America, exceptional. As one gentleman said, this is a generation that has done so much for this country. I want to leave Glennie at least 5 or 10 minutes. That's what you want, right? You can read a lot of things on Glennie, but there was one thing that I wanted to touch on, and that is a letter from Major General of the U.S. Army, Fred L. Walker. This is a letter that was written to Lenny and the men in North Africa. It's just two quick paragraphs. 9 months ago, you landed on a hostile beach at Pastum, the vanguard of your country's army, to crash the gates of Hitler's European fortress. In that, your first action of the war, fighting courageously against well-trained enemy forces of long combat experiences, you established the first American beachhead on the European continent, the first to be established anywhere by the Americans against German opposition. Your brilliant performance on that famous battlefield was a major contribution in the capture of the first European capital to be recovered from the Nazis. I met Glennie last week, and I went in and I tried to get him to talk, open up a little bit, and I said, tell me about your war experiences. And he pointed up on the wall and he says, there's all my medals up there. And when he pointed, I noticed he had a finger missing. And I knew he was in construction. I was in construction 45 years, and I said, Glennie, what happened to your finger? He said, some Germans shot it off. I said, well, Glennie, that's your trigger hand. I said, what happened? He said, I just kept on pulling the trigger. So on behalf of a brother veteran, the American people, the state of Ohio, and especially Licking County and the county commissioners, Glennie, we just thank you for all that you do over there, and we just wish you the best, and may God bless you.
Thank you all. Nice to be there.
You finished?
Well, Glennie is a man of few words. Glennie, congratulations. You know, my mom, some of you know my mother has Alzheimer's and is in a care center, and it's wonderful to hear about someone keeping other people company, because one of the things that my family and I have noticed is there are people there who never get a visitor. So your work is well appreciated. So congratulations, Glennie. Up next, we have Mel Wickensheimer. Did I say that right? Oh, I did. Of Fayette County, escorted by County Commissioner Tony Anderson. Mel was nominated by the Volunteer Guardian Program. He recently became a volunteer for the program. It trains volunteers to become substitute decision makers for individuals with no money, no family support, and a diminished ability to make personal and medical decisions, just what we were talking about. Those served usually live in a nursing home, a group home, or other protected setting. The Volunteer Guardian's goal is to enhance the quality of life for the person served by advocating screening for the best possible daily and medical care. Mel is a perfect fit for the role because he had already been reaching out for many years to those who could not care for themselves and those in need. Great. Congratulations to Mel Wickensheimer. Wonderful.
I want to thank Mel for all of his service to the community. There are so many people here that interact with Mel on a daily basis, so I'm not really the most knowledgeable about Mel. But what I can tell you is Mel is a great man of God, a great man of integrity, a great man that has served his community so well for so long, and this is quite an honor for me to be here with Mel. So, Mel, thank you on behalf of County Commissioner Jack DeWeese, Dan Dean, and myself. Thank you so much for your service.
Thank you. I'd like to firstly thank Jane Moog. I don't think she might have not made it here today oh, there you are. Well, I appreciate two things for nominating me for this special day, and second, to get me, excuse me, I get emotional, to get involved in the volunteer guardian program. I practice that so good. Anyway, they signed me up with Ralph, who he'll soon be 90 years old, and he has no family. Everybody's deceased, and I see him on a weekly basis, and what a blessing to walk in that nursing home and see that smile. Thanks. That smile and that handshake never fails to meet me at the door. About a month ago, I told him I'd be gone for about a week to visit my brothers in Florida. I had to mark it on the calendar. When I left, the day I'd be home, and to share that with him, that trip. So that's the kind of blessing the Volunteer Guardian Program is, and it's new in Fayette County, and we're excited about it. Other thank yous would be for my family for being here today, my wife of 47 years, Marty, who supports me all the way. As a matter of fact, she encourages me every day, and I think she knows I like what I'm doing, and she likes it, but also I think gets me out the door. So I appreciate that. My brother Paul here from South Carolina, who made the trip up especially for this day. I do appreciate, Paul, you doing that. And my church family, I think a lot of them here today, and I appreciate all the encouragement that I get from all of them. They're always there for me when I need them, and I think I'm so much gratitude for that. And you know, as I worked in my years of retirement, I thought this is what I want to do, but yet sometimes I felt like I didn't have the gifts and the talents that maybe I should have. And I remember a pastor saying once, you know, God doesn't call the qualified; He qualifies those He calls. And so I try to remember that, and I have to say, doing the Lord's work, and what a blessing that's been, and especially the opportunity to share my faith, and even some of the folks in shut-ins and hospitals and whatever that maybe doesn't even have the personal relationship with the Lord. I give them that opportunity. So God has blessed me in many ways, and I just want to thank you and thank you all for being here today.
That is the first time I've heard about the Volunteer Guardian Program. What a great idea. And I'm going to be calling you because you're going to be on my Alzheimer's special this year. You just don't know it yet. It's a great idea. Thank you so much. Up next, Dr. Milton Wyman of Delaware County, escorted by County Commissioner Gary Merrill. Dr. Wyman? Dr. Wyman was nominated by the Andrews House, a nonprofit social services center home to 7 small help-giving agencies. He's a dedicated board member and a tireless worker for the organization's mission. Whether he is organizing and selling tickets for a fundraising raffle, speaking to a community group, or peeling apples for pies to be sold at the Christmas cupboard, Milt Wyman gives his all. I notice you did not bring me a pie. A lifelong learner, he is the de facto historian for the Andrews House, and he often provides the historic context for the board's decision-making as he helps guide their actions. Congratulations to Dr. Milton Wyman.
As a new commissioner, you get to meet a lot of new people during the process of getting elected to office, and today I get to add another person to that list, Dr. Wyman. Delaware County is fortunate enough to have a lot of great people. They help make it a great county, and people like Dr. Wyman is what makes this county very special. And on behalf of my fellow commissioners, Ken O'Brien and Dennis Stapleton, I am privileged to be part of this today. I'm amazed and impressed with all the other inductees today and what a great group you are. It reminds me how lucky we are to live in the state of Ohio and Central Ohio. I would like to read, Colleen did a great job with the bio, but I'd like to read a quote from one of your fellow board members with Andrew House. Juvenile Court Magistrate David Himanowski shared with me the following. Dr. Wyman's passion for service to others and dedication to helping those in need is an inspiration to us all as fellow Andrew House board members. And God bless you, and we're extremely glad that you're part of our county. Thank you.
Thank you.
My memory is inversely proportional to my age, so I've written a few things down. I want to thank Central Ohio Area Agency on Aging for this prestigious award. I am honored and humbled, particularly humbled, to be included with this group of inductees. I'm very grateful for it. However, this award and other awards that I have been fortunate to receive would not be possible without the support, guidance, and help that those around me have given me. First and foremost is my family. And you got a better applause than I did. And my best friend, partner, and wife of almost 57 years, Marlon Wyman. Secondly, the many friends I have been fortunate to have through the years. They have been at my side with encouragement and guidance that made most of my awards possible. Time doesn't allow me to list all of you, but many of you are here. And today, and I believe you can count on it, you can believe me, you have made my life enjoyable, and I will never forget you. Again, I want to thank Andrews House, the board, and members and administrators for nominating me, and COAA for selecting me. I will cherish this award and all my friends who have made possible the awards I have received throughout my life. Thank you and God bless.
You know, when I turned 55, I was picking up some salads for my husband and I. We'd done some work around the yard, and I'm just going to run out and pick up some salads from Bob Evans. And my husband said, "Don't forget to tell them you get the senior citizens discount." And I said, "Do you honestly believe I'm going to admit to the people at Bob Evans that I qualify for a senior citizens discount?" But you know, when I'm here with a group like this, being a senior citizen isn't so bad after all. So, doesn't mean I'm going to share that with the good folks at Bob Evans, but I'm happy to share it with all of you, and so happy that you invited me back again. Cindy's going to have some closing remarks, and I thank you for your kind attention today.
Well, I hope everybody will leave here today with a smile on their face like I will. And I first want to thank Colleen Marshall. She really makes the day special for everyone. And she does a wonderful job. She's a great community leader. And I know you just gave her a big hand, but let's give her another one. Final thanks to Columbus Recreation and Parks staff and our own staff who helped with the event. And of course, thank all of you for attending and making this a special day for everyone. Have a nice afternoon.